I heard a man of the pulpit saying that he does not know why preachers would go on the pulpit and begin to appreciate their wives, saying, I want to thank my wife for doing this, for being that for me. He says he thinks they are compensating for something, that he thinks their wives have put them under their armpits and she's controlling them, that if they don't say such things, that when they come back home, their wives will fight them. That is one of the wrongest mindsets I've ever seen, especially from somebody on the pulpit. Oga, just because you don't do these things for your wife does not mean it's wrong. He also talked about those who open the car door for their wives, saying it's not good, that they are wimps. He didn't use that word, but from his description, that is what he thinks, that men who open car doors for their wives, they are wimps. If you don't do those things, does not mean that they are wrong. It is called loving and caring. And women appreciate those things. Go and check out the lives, the marriages of people who do these things. They are better off. Just because your wife does not say anything, it does not mean she doesn't like those things. She's just managing you, Oga. There are certain things every woman likes. Certain things, loving, caring, attention. Every woman loves it. Especially when you show people that you love her. That's the joy of every woman. For her husband to appreciate her publicly, to acknowledge her publicly, is the joy of every woman. Just because you don't do these things does not mean they are not worth doing. And it's not a sin either. On the contrary, they are biblical. It is called loving your wife and paying attention to your wife. You think they're overcompensating for something they didn't do at home. That's why they come to acknowledge their wives publicly. That's very wrong. God has declared of Job. Have you seen my servant Job? Do you see how he is? God actually acknowledges people. And of Jesus, God said, "This is my beloved son with whom I'm well pleased." Publicly. There's nothing wrong with appreciating somebody in public. Nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong. And then when God sent his son to die for us, it is called love. It's not because he's trying to overcompensate for his adequacies. No. When Jesus washed the feet of his disciples, he was showing them love, how to care, how to be humble, even as a leader. Jesus wasn't washing their feet because he's trying to overcompensate for something. It is love, it is care, it is leading by humility. So, sir, stop teaching or trying to make young people who are growing up, who are under your care, think that appreciating their wives publicly or anywhere at all is wrong, and opening car doors for their wives is wrong. You don't know what love is. Opening the car door for your wife is the least of things you can do as a man who loves his wife. You're a person of the pulpit. You don't know what love is? The only thing you preach is women submit to your husband, women submit to where is the place of love? The Bible says, love your wife, in the book of Ephesians, love your wife as Christ loves the church. Where do you show that love? The standard of love, the biblical standard of love, is the one in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, from verse 1 to 13. If your love is not that type, you're not portraying all those things stated there, okay? You don't love your wife. Love is patient, love is kind, love is not proud. Your ego and pride makes you feel like if you open the car door for your wife, then you're no longer a man. You feel like if you tell your wife, oh, if you declare publicly, or I appreciate my wife, then your wife is controlling you. Okay, I pity your wife. You have a long way to go in learning how to love. Opening car door is the least. You're supposed to literally lay down your life for this person. That is how Christ loves the church. Christ died for the church. If I were you, sir, I will start opening car door. Because opening car door is elementary. Opening car door is elementary. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry can open car door. Even those who don't know God, they open car doors. Men who don't know God, who are literally Satanists open car doors, sir. So if you're thinking that the opening car door is betraying yourself, you don't know what love is. So if as a man who knows God, you think it's wrong to open a car door for your wife, I pity your wife and those sitting under you. And if you think that appreciating your wife publicly for all the things she has been doing for you means your wife is controlling you, oh my, Shatula Kitia, Rika Bradozute. I pity your wife, sir.